got to close my door. Hold on. All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. And this is the Multifamily Investing Academy, the hotel to apartment conversion YouTube live show that I do every Thursday at 4 p.m. And this is live. It is currently 3:02. I'm a little bit late getting here. I appreciate your grace. Thank you. And it's something I want to talk to you about. I mean, I was talking to Molly. I'm trying to come up with a topic of what we're going to talk about. And one of the things she mentioned was like the mistakes that new multifamily investors make. And I thought, oh man, I've done that one so many times. But I thought for a moment that when she said that, I thought, you know what, there's a new thing that I'm seeing more and more as a problem for new investors. And, you know, this is actually kind of a problem even for seasoned investors because an outside third party has made it a problem more so than we had ever thought it was before. And it's getting accurate market comps. Okay? Now, I don't mean the sales comps. I'm talking about the rental comps. This is so incredibly crucial. I see this killing deals right now. And I'll give you two examples. First up, clients of mine down in Florida, they were in best and final for a property, and they didn't get it. And there was a big difference. This was a huge complex. There was a big difference between the property that was accepted and the property that then their offer. And then lo and behold, 60 to 90 days later, they get a phone call from the broker. Hey, the family office that beat you guys out couldn't perform. And so we're seeing if you're still interested in the deal. And they said, but we need you to come up on your numbers by about $1 million. All right. So first off, let me unpack that for a moment here. So first off, whenever you hear a broker say that the buyer could not perform, that's most likely a lie. And what you want to think of is it's not the buyer that couldn't perform, it's the property that could not perform at that sales price. So on this particular deal, because my client did such a good job in analyzing the deal, and his number was off by the sales price, the one that was accepted, the accepted offer, by almost like $3.5 million. I don't care how big the property is, and it was a big property. $3.5 million delta is a big spread in the final numbers. So I think what happened was that the seller got in there, the buyer got in there and found out that, oh, we don't have the room that we thought we needed in order to get the deal done. The rents aren't as strong as we thought. Because remember, some of these family, these family funds, some of these family offices, some of these big investors, they're actually willing to buy property at what's called a negative leverage, which means that the interest rate is higher than the cap rate, or cap rate is higher than the interest rate. Because they see that there's a lot of room in the rents that they'll make up for once they own the property. And what we're finding out now is the rents are not increasing the way we thought they were. So that concept of buying using negative leverage is getting kind of dicey, and it might not be working. So my student calls me up and says, hey, let's take another look at this and see if with $1 million we can go back up on it. And I said, well, I wouldn't be so quick to go up on it by $1 million. You're bidding against yourself. They haven't even countered, and they, asking you to come up on your $1 million. And didn't you tell them, or didn't they ask last time for best and final? And he said, yeah, they did. I said, well, your numbers, your best, and it's final, unless they can show you something that changes the numbers. And so he says, the broker told me the updated trailing 12 financials are much stronger. Really? updated financials on a property that was just under contract for 90 days are much stronger? Let's take a look at them. Well, guess what? We took a look at them and they weren't stronger. They were actually worse. You could see that the seller kind of let this property slide because he was so excited about getting his, smelling that money at the closing table, that he stopped running the day-to-day business, and it impacted the numbers of the property. So I told my student, I said, there's no need to change your numbers. You should just call them up and say, hey, here are my numbers. This is it. Okay. So let's see. Did they update the pro forma? Yeah. Well, no, John. I told them, you're not going anywhere. I mean, if anything, yeah, you're right, John. I should have told them. I said, hey, you got to go back and change your numbers because these numbers are worse than what you had before. So your offer might not be as good. All right. Now you're wondering, where am I going with this? I'm getting a sip of water and then I'll come back and I'll tell you. Oh, that was more than a sip. That was so good. So good. All right. Right. Oh, that was story number one. Now let me tell you story number two. We're doing a deal right now, our partners and I, Louisville, Kentucky. Very excited about this deal. This is going to be the start of something big, as Steve Allen and Edie Gourmet and Stephen Lawrence and Doris Day and Frank Sinatra all sang in that great old-fashioned YouTube video back when talent was really talent. Go look it up. YouTube, Steve Allen, start of something big. Great video. All right. So we have one particular source of capital, not all the capital, but a big chunk of it. And they're doing their due diligence on our numbers to make sure that it all pencils out. And folks, and this happened on another deal too. In this market, the most important variable that investors are looking at are the market comps for the rent. They came back at us, and this is not the first time I've ever seen this happen. They came back at us and questioned how we came up with our market rate comps, market rent comps. Now, granted, we're in a kind of a unique situation that we're converting hotels to studio apartments, which means we bring into the market a whole slew of studio apartments. We don't have the best market rents out there that we can comp out at, but we get very granular. We look at one bedrooms. We look, around the marketplace, and we're very particular about where the rental comps are. For example, our property is in an A-class part of town. Across the street, now it's not your typical street, it's a highway. Across the highway is a solid B, C plus market. Separated by that highway, even though it's right over there, it's light years away. And so as a result, you can't use properties on each side as comps because they aren't. They're in a totally different neighborhood. So that's how dicey and granular we get on our numbers. So we went back, and when they came back and questioned our numbers, we were able to go back and show them exactly how we had broken down and used the comps, and still, gave ourselves a fudge factor on the numbers because you don't want to be wrong in the wrong direction. So that's how we did it. We came back and they said, oh, great, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. This is a lot of help. And hopefully we'll be doing some business with those people in the future. But it's because we knew that right now, the most important variable in the analysis are the rents, the comp rents. So my advice to you is, as you start going down this road and you start looking at deals, and maybe you're getting closer, maybe you don't have to do this when you're doing the initial analysis, but during your due diligence, you had better get in there and knock these things down and make sure you know exactly what the numbers are. Now, how do you do it? We have a service. Now, I'm going to sell you something here today, folks. Just because I can, but I really this is such great stuff. All right, let me tell you a little bit of the backstory. There was a program, a software as a service program called Enodo, Enodo. Don't bother looking it up. You can't find it anymore. It was so good that a bigger company came in and bought them. So what happened was when I was early on in my venture and early on in my journey, I found this program that had such great information on multifamily property. It was so fantastic that I contacted the owner, and a guy by the name of Mark Rutzen, young guy, just had just started this company. And actually, folks, you want to go listen to his podcast with me. I've interviewed him a couple of times. I interviewed him during Enodo, and then I interviewed him on his new venture, which I'm talking about right now. So I had Mark on my podcast, and I started asking him, I said, so what happened? How did you do this? You were one of these data engineers? Is that like where you, a data scientist? Is that where you got this information? He goes, no, I was selling real estate. And I was working for a company and was selling real estate. I said, really? So how did you think to create a program that really does a great job in the market analysis and coming up with comps and things like that? He goes, because that's all I was doing all day, was just doing analysis on properties. I realized that there has to be some way that we can break everything down just by exactly what, if this property has in-house in-unit washer dryers, but this one has a laundry room, how much does that impact the price on the property? And if we added that benefit, how much would it increase the value of the property? And that's what Enodo was all about. And it was so great. It was so great. And what happened was he lived out in the Chicago area. So he went to University of Chicago, a couple of smarty pants, even though they couldn't get into Boston College. Northwestern, same thing, two of the top colleges in Chicago. And he pulled guys out of there who could write the code, who could, analyze the data, and he put it all together and built Enodo. And, they're young guys. Two of them are in college, and one of them, Mark, he's just starting a family, and now he's starting up this new venture. So they need some private equity. So they start talking to different people in the industry for the private equity, and they speak to Willie Walker. Now, those of you in the multifamily business and understanding dust lenders, you'll recognize the name Walker Dunlop. Well, Walker of Walker Dunlop is Willie Walker. He's got a great podcast that I highly recommend. And so Willie Walker comes in. Mark kind of puts it out there that, hey, we're looking for more seed capital. He puts it out there. Willie Walker comes in thinking about maybe putting up some money. Instead, he buys a company. And, we had some great services working, using Enodo. Our students were using them all the time. And all of a sudden, they were shut down. We couldn't use them anymore. Willie Walker bought the company and made it all, brought it all in-house. So all of his employees could use it and nobody else. That's how good it was. Because Willie Walker Dunlop is a great company. So they went out there and they bought this the smaller company and totally enveloped it into his business. Okay. So when they do that, big payday. The two guys from University of Chicago and Northwestern graduate college, get a big check. How do you like that? Their parents must have been very happy. And they go out, take the money, and start this new venture that is so cool, because now this thing called AI has come about. And now AI is the one leading the charge. And they start using artificial intelligence in order to analyze the market rents in a particular area. Okay? So it's called hellodata.ai. And it is the coolest thing. The coolest thing. They can tell you, what they actually do is they will have their system go out and look at comps in the area. The AI will actually analyze the apartment unit pictures and determine the quality of the fixtures in the bathrooms and determine when it was last rehabbed, what type of rehab has been done, and it's all done through AI. And I've had several of my students use this new service, Mark Rutson's new service, and they say, Charlie, it's spot on. I mean, like it was off by a couple dollars. That's it. That's how great these market comps are using hellodata.ai. Okay? Now, I told you I'm going to sell you something. Here it comes. John Racine right now is saying, oh man, he still is a terrible closer. That's fine, John, because I believe in this product so much. Like you really have to. And this is a 7-day free trial that I want you to use my link. You get in there, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be one of those guys who says, listen, I'm going to throw in my virtual assistance operations manual that all of my VAs use in order to market on behalf of my clients behind the scenes. I'll give this to you, and I'll throw in my book, How to Own 1,000 Apartments in 5 Years, when you use my link to sign up for the 7-day free trial. Folks, I honestly don't even know what the monthly fee is. I don't even know. But you get 7 days to try it for free. Figure out how you like it. But go ahead, use my link, and then send me that link. Email it back to me. Send it to Molly at multifamilyos.com. She will send out the virtual operations manual, and she'll also send you out my book, and you will get Mark Rutson's new service called hellodata.ai. It was awesome. All right, let me see. Hello, Layla. Hello, Francis. Francis, buddy, what are we waiting for? Let's do this, okay? Did they update the pro forma? Yeah, you're right. I put that comment before you gave the context. Yeah, John. Well, you were right. You're a good student. Perfect. Okay, so Molly's going to type in the link that I want you all to capture and click on. Let me. Oh, there she is. Look at that. No, wait a minute, Molly. You got to do the. They have to click the link because it has to use my affiliate. So if you put it on the post-it, the code works too. Oh, is there a? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Molly, I'm so sorry. John just told me I'm a lousy closer and a lousy reader too. Oh man, the code works too. Thanks. The code works too. Okay, fine. The code. Use the code MFIA, and you get 10% off. And yeah, and then you get my books too. So, but I can't say enough. Into your program, Marks. Let's rock. Cool. Yeah, come on, brother. For those of you looking to ever work with me, Chris Easterbrook, my sales guy, just came up with a new program for how to get into my services, almost like building up baby steps. So reach out to him and ask him. It's Chris at Multifamily OS. Chris is KRIS. Yeah, check it out. That's a very new pricing model that Chris just came up with. I love it. I absolutely love it because I want you in. I want you to get started. We can take baby steps. We'll get you up to where you need to be, and then you'll be full steam ahead. So there's no need to wait. Because I'm telling you, folks, this is a great year. I actually have a 4:00 call with my hotel group, my hotel cohort, and we've got some really cool stuff to talk about. It's going to be great. So, yeah, that is that. That is that, folks. That ain't anything. That is that. This is this, Stanley. This isn't anything. This is this. Name that movie. What if somebody's going in and typing it into like AI or anything? This is this, Stanley. This isn't anything. This is this. I'm going to stay here to see if anybody can come up with it. Anybody. There's always one guy. No, Francis, it's close. Yeah, it's close because I actually think two actors in that movie were also both in The Godfather. But that's not the movie. Nice try, though. Go ahead. I want to see if anybody can get it. And what you're going to do is you're going to confirm that my memory is accurate and that that is actually what it says. No, not Goodfellas. What happens if you type it in? Like if you type it into, let me see. Let me see if I can try this. If we do. Let me see. No, I get. No, let me see. This. All right. Nope. You got to know it. I think no, not Deer Hunter. It's the same genre. De Niro, not De Niro. It's Pacino and Pacino and okay. Let me give you this hint. See if this helps. Meryl Streep's second husband. Might have been the first. No, first husband. Meryl Streep's first husband. See if that is a clue for any of you. Thank you, Google. Yeah, no. No, it should have been another one. Let me. Okay, I'll have to type it in. Let's see. Yeah, let me see. Where's the? Yeah, yep. Got it. Al Pacino. John Cazale. That's Meryl Streep's first husband. He died very early, very young. Yeah, let me see if they show the John Cazale, I think, was Stanley. And it was Al Pacino that said, "This is this, Stanley. This isn't anything. This is this." Let me see. John Cazale is Sal. Oh. His name wasn't Stanley. Oh my gosh. All right, here it is. Dog Day Afternoon. There it is. That's the correct movie. So, hey, listen, I have an event this Saturday. Molly will put the she wants to go ahead and put the link up there to register for my discussion of business building for multifamily operating system, how to start your multifamily business. We're going to do that webinar at 1:00 on Saturday. The following Saturday, my partner David Peters and I are going to do the 10 things to know when you're doing a multifamily hotel conversion. This is going to be such a great conversation, incredibly informative. I've been following all the other people trying to get into this business, and it's fascinating to hear all the people that are getting into hotel conversions. There's very few of them doing it right, and a lot of people doing it wrong. I like to think David Peters and I are doing it right. We're going to talk about on today's call, 4:00. We're going to talk about an investor. I think he's out of Florida. He was just recently on Tim May's capital raising show, and he talked about how he does it. He does it right. He did a great presentation. It was fantastic. Michael Stevens? No, it's Stephen Michaels. Michael Stevens is my brother-in-law. Stephen Michaels, I think is his name. Did a great job. Yeah, so there are the, let me put these up here. Oh, we have to click this one. There you go. That's the call on Saturday. You can, do you register for that, Molly? Is that how you get in there? Is that a registration? Does anybody know? Yes, you can click the link. Okay, great. So if you just go ahead and click the link, I don't know if it's in. Yeah, I have it up here on the screen, but Molly, you can click on Molly's link right there in the chat and get into it. So, but yeah, I got some great content coming up. Make sure you're signed up. Make sure you're ready to watch it. Go check out Hello Data. If you get the chance, say hello to Mark Rutzen, he's a super nice guy. And listen, I just want to keep giving you all the tools you need to be successful in this business. There's no reason for you to make mistakes. I've already taken care of that for you. You just do it right, and I'll show you how to do it. Excellent. All right, everybody, great to see you all. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you hopefully on Saturday at 1 p.m. and then again the following Saturday at 1 p.m. And yeah, we got some good stuff. I'm looking forward to teaching. Talk to you soon. Bye.